This is your Barbados Today evening update for Wednesday, July the 26th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. One day after Prime Minister Francis Stewart announced that his next meeting with the social partnership will be televised, opposition MP Kerrie Symmonds warns that this may not be a good move. Yesterday, it was Symmonds who tabled a Barbados Labour Party motion in Parliament appealing to the Prime Minister Stewart to hold urgent talks with the social partnership. But while addressing a BLP lecture today, Symmonds said while the talks are critical, the move to televise the session sets a bad precedent.
To expect that these negotiations, sensitive and serious as they are, involving mature give and take, which will inevitably have flare-ups because he has provoked the private sector and the union, why would you want to do that on television? On what kind of precedent could that be setting? That from now on, every time that there is an engagement between union and some other entity, you're going to call in the television to watch it happen? What the Prime Minister needs to put on television, what Francis Stewart must put on television, must be the proceedings of the Public Accounts Committee. Right. So that when we are highlighting the fact that $24 million could pass and go to the National Housing Corporation without Parliament even being told about it.
In other news now, police have confirmed reports that a man was attacked and robbed by a group of men outside of Sheraton Centre mall last night. The information was first circulated in a voice note on WhatsApp in which the speaker claimed his son was attacked and robbed by as many as 6 youngsters at Christ Church. The man claimed his son received an injury to his eye. Police Public Relations Officer Acting Inspector Roland Cobbler says investigations are continuing into the matter. He is urging anyone with information about the incident to contact the District B Police Station or 437-4311. That's 437-4311. Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477 or the nearest police station. Cobbler also appealed to citizens to remain vigilant. The much-touted establishment of the Credit Bureau is on track, but not everyone is on board with the idea. At a heated town hall meeting last evening, the Barbados Bankers Association that is spearheading the initiative revealed that it is mulling over the proposals presented by 2 international companies bidding to provide the credit information service. But the locally based Caribbean Credit Bureau and consumer rights advocate Malcolm Gibbs Tate raised strong objections to having an international firm provide the service. They warned this could result in the island losing valuable foreign exchange and jobs to foreigners. In response, Vice President of the Banking Association, Ian D'Souza, noted that international firms being considered were already operational in the region. He also admitted that the country would lose foreign exchange, but stressed that Barbados also had much to gain. He said a credit bureau is a positive move for the local business sector and the consumers as well.
The benefit of the credit bureau is not just a benefit to the banks or anyone that provides credit. It certainly is a benefit in that we are able to make lending decisions with full information on a person's circumstances. Because we are able to do that, we are able to make better credit decisions and we are able to avoid losses. The other part of it is that it is an absolute benefit to customers as well, because you get to a point in time when your credit bureau, your database is fully uploaded. You get to a point, and Chris will talk a lot about this, where your credit score becomes a thing of importance to you. In that the better your credit score, the better access you have to credit.
Barbados must never abandon the fight for justice and equality. This, among other things, was the message emerging from a public rally in observance of the Day of National Significance, which commemorates the date of the 1937 uprising. Top officials from the trade union movement, politicians and Pan-Africanists laid flowers at the bust of the national hero Clement Payne and the monument of martyrs of 1937. Host of the event, President of the Clement Payne Movement, David Commershong, said the sacrifice made by heroes of the 1937 event must not be lost on Barbadians. He said their action demand the island's leaders to recommit to building a decent, equal society where every citizen has a voice.
Any government we elect, any government minister is not there to be our master. It's not there to continue a system of exploitation. It's not there to lord it over the ordinary working man and woman in this society. That's not what that sacrifice. If we allow that kind of society to develop, we are doing a disservice to Clement Payne and all of those heroes who gave their very lives for justice, for a just and decent existence for their children and grandchildren. So we honor them when we continue to fight for justice and decency in this society.
A regional tourism consultant warned this afternoon that Barbados and other Caribbean governments are making decisions based on dumb tourism strategies. In a forthright address to the annual general meeting of the Intimate Hotels of Barbados at the Lloyd Erskine Sandifer Centre, principal partner in the Bedford Baker Group, Vincent Vanderpool Wallace, said there is a serious misunderstanding by policymakers of what tourism is really about. Vanderpool Wallace, a former minister of the tourism in the Bahamas, is adamant that governments need to review their approach to tourism, including the method of measuring its contribution to the economic development.
As a result of this measurement comes a misunderstanding. We all know that one of the dumbest things we do every single day is to measure tourism by head count. That's a habit we've been in for a long, long period of time because that's the way we compare ourselves to other people. It makes no sense whatsoever. No bank has ever put together any kind of balance sheet that shows the number of people who came into the bank that year. Nobody measures their business that way except we continue to do that. Now, we separate stopover visitors from cruise passengers many times because it's pretty obvious. They're here for a few hours and stopover visitors are here for a much longer period of time. That's very clear and very obvious. But also at the same time, those two stopover visitors are the same. Somebody comes and stays for 2 days, like me. It's not the equivalent to somebody who comes and stays for 2 weeks, but we count them the same people. And so it doesn't make any sense in terms of how we measure our business.
Vanderpool Wallace, who was also the Secretary General of the Caribbean Tourism Organization, spared no punches either when he took authorities to task for how they measured visitor spend.
Then we talk about what is obvious when we get to is visitor spending. Well, we take a look at visitor spending and where do we get this information from? We get this information many times from going to the airports and doing exit surveys, sample surveys of people saying what they spent in the destination. They don't know what they spent in the destination. They don't know that some of the money that they paid before they came here never reached. So when we start talking about the expenditures, we got to begin to modify some of the things that we are doing in terms of making sure we are capturing.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Flags? Check. Costume? Check. Mommy, I'm ready.
Ready? Ready for what?
For Junior Kaduman and Fear in association with MQI and the Barbados Lumber Company on Saturday, July 29, 9 a.m. at the National Stadium.
Oh, yes.
I want to go too, but I want to go in the jumping tent and ride the slides at the fair on the infield. Don't forget the big after party with Father Fox, Indian, Scrappy HD, Ramonji, Dancing Africa, Hardware, Hyper Kids, and Stiffy.
Plug it to who? Plug it to what? Plug it to
It's only $30 and you get to bring 2 children under 12 free.
Well, it seems like you two have everything covered. Okay, we'll go.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thanks, Mommy. Where are you going?
To ask Daddy to come so that we can take 2 more of our school friends for free.
Junior Kaduman and Fair in association with MQI and the Barbados Lumber Company. Saturday, July 29th, National Stadium. Imagine screaming for your favorite artists as they compete in the Sweet Soca and Party Monarch Final of the MQI 98.1 The Wall Soca Royale in association with JetBlue, Millie B, Marvey, Lil Rick, Morrisville, Nikita, RPB, Sanctuary, Shaquille and TC battling reigning sweet soca monarch Edwin. Then it's the Party Monarch Finals with Raz, Ali and Griner, Faith, Mikey, Mr. Deal, Mr. Blood, Peter Ram, Ramses Brown, and Sophia, all battling reigning Party Monarch Lil Rick. A sleek Mazda 3 for each winner. General tickets are now $60 or pay $70 at the door. Royal Sunday, July 30th at the Bushy Park Racing Circuit. It's the MQI 98.1 The One Soca Royale in association with JetBlue. Get your tickets now. Tickets available at the MTX, www.ticketpal.com, and all Popover box offices. Get your tickets now.
To regional news now, the United States today imposed sanctions on 13 current or former senior Venezuelan officials as it stepped up pressure on the embattled President Nicolas Maduro to abandon plans for a weekend vote to elect a body to rewrite the Constitution. The announcement makes good on a warning issued a week ago by President Donald Trump, who threatened strong and swift economic actions if Caracas proceeds with Sunday's vote. Those targeted include the head of Venezuela's National Electoral Council and former Vice President Elias Juar, who is leading the Presidential Commission organizing Sunday's vote. Also on the list are Venezuelan Interior Minister Nestor Rivero, National Police Director Carlos Alfredo Perez Alpueda, and the Vice President for Finance of Venezuelan state oil company Simon Zerpa. The sanctions freeze the assets of the named individuals under U.S. jurisdiction, and U.S. entities are barred from doing business with them. And on the international scene, President Donald Trump today announced that he plans to reinstate a ban on transgender individuals from serving in any capacity in the U.S. Armed Forces. The decision reversed a policy initially approved by the Defense Department under President Barack Obama that would have allowed transgender individuals to openly serve in the military.
President Trump making military policy via Twitter. Today, suddenly announcing the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military, sparking instant criticism from Democrats and Republicans.
I believe that is an awful decision. I served on active duty in the military, and I can tell you, we don't care about gender orientation or identity or who you love.
Senator John McCain, chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, also saying there is no reason to force service members who are able to fight, train, and deploy to leave the military regardless of their gender identity. But some lawmakers agree with the decision, citing Trump's reasoning that the military cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail.
We need to spend every defense dollar where we need to.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic evening.